5 days a week now throughout the year, excluding government holidays, from 9 a.m. till 4:30. Currently, we're collecting all appliances, electronics, televisions, fluorescent light bulbs, and reusable batteries. With the electronics, people just think it's a TV. Yes, we do take TVs free of charge. We're one of the last few districts in the state that accept it free of charge, which is kind of cool. But anything with an electronic component, we will take it. So what I like to tell people to do is get like a little Rubbermaid toter, put it in your garage. As your phone chargers die, or your remote control dies, or calculators, even curling irons, as those things die, just put them in the bin. When it gets full or you're sick of seeing it, bring it to us. We work with people who take all of those products apart, pull out the precious metals. Electronics are something you never ever want to see go into a landfill. Does anyone know why? Well, it's the process that went into mining those ores to make those metals, to manufacture a product. That's a lot of energy and resources that once they go into the landfill, they'll never come back out. So we don't want that to happen. And then if you have people littering electronic components, these electronic components, when mixed with water, are actually very hazardous to our soil systems and our water systems. So we don't want to see those just laying around. And for the amount of resources that went into making that, we don't want to see it stuck in a landfill forever because they can be reused. They have to be broken down, but there are people who will break down every single part of an electronic, like a cell phone. You know, there's platinum in there, or I think cadmium, all kinds of metals that can be reused that don't have to be dug up from the ground and reprocessed and manufactured. So that's currently what we're accepting. Starting on Earth Day, April 22nd, every Wednesday, which I have listed on the flyer for you, and then some Saturdays, we're doing our HHW collection. So that's basically all the chemicals. So on here, you know, of course, we'll still accept appliances, electronics, televisions, fluorescent light bulbs, and reusable batteries. But when HHW starts, we'll accept lawn and garden chemicals, automotive chemicals, oil-based paints, not latex. So we get a lot of calls about latex paint. We don't currently accept latex paint. It's a water-based paint, so it's not considered, according to, you know, Ohio, a household hazardous waste. So the proper way to dispose of that is get it to harden. Once it's hardened, set it out for your trash hauler with the lid off, and they'll take it. They won't take it if they think it's liquid, because it'll make a mess. But oil-based paints or any of your paints in an aerosol, bring them to us. When you think about all the chemicals in your house, there's actually a lot. It's not just cleaning supplies. Okay, and if you've got another toter and kind of fill it up, if you think about every different room in your house, there's a lot of things that should never be in the landfill. So if you go into your living room, there's going to be the air freshener, aerosol, things that automatically spray. Bring those to us. In your bathroom, perfume, hairsprays, fingernail polish remover. We accept all of those, and we make sure they're properly disposed of because we don't want them in our water systems. Let's see.
So you have that sort of thing you have to take to your facility?
Yes, but we collect it for free. It's no charge. Motor oil. How many times can motor oil be recycled before it's no good? Can anyone guess? A lot of times. You're close. Anyone else got a guess? Infinite. Motor oil can be recycled over and over and over again, and once it's through the recycled process, it's just as good as it was when it was first manufactured. It's kind of like an aluminum can. An aluminum can, if I recycle my aluminum can that I'm drinking from today, if I recycle it tomorrow, in 3 months, that aluminum can will be back on the shelves and another probably pop for me to buy. It's infinite, but the amount of resources it takes to actually get the original aluminum or the original oil is huge. So we want to recycle as much as possible. The only things we don't take are medical waste, so no sharps, no explosives, so no flares, no dynamite, no latex paint, and smoke detectors. Smoke detectors because they do have a little bit of radioactive material in them, and we are not set up to handle radioactive wastes in joint compound. So.
What about the little plastic bottles that prescriptions come in after you, and they're empty, there's no prescription in it anymore?
So unfortunately, we don't accept those in our bins. However, there are a few pharmacies. So if it's a recurring prescription, you have to talk with your local pharmacist. They will reuse the same bottle. So you just have to bring it into them and they'll reuse it. So it doesn't work for like the antibiotic that you need once a year, but for regular prescriptions, some facilities will just, that way you're not acquiring more and more bottles. If you have unused medicine in the bottle that you need to get rid of, I don't have the date today because we just said it yesterday. I want to say it's in May on a Saturday. I think it's our first Saturday. Let's see what day that is real quick. I think it's May 2nd from 9 to 12 at our facility. We're doing a medicine take back. So any kind of medicine you have, bring it. We'll have a DEA agent there to make sure it's properly disposed of. Medication is one other thing that you don't want in our water systems at all. Never, ever, ever, ever flush medication or dispose of it down the sink. It's kind of like the microplastics. Once it's in the system, it doesn't leave our system. It's in there. So, yes?
Our police do have a collection thing.
Oh, they do?
If you call the police department
Okay.
and
So-
contact them.
Thank you. Like she said, call the local police department, they'll have it. I know where I'm from, Champion, they do a medicine take back as well. So, yeah, there's that. Let's see, we also do, we're doing a shred event. Our first one is going to be Saturday, June 13th. So one of the questions was, am I allowed to put shredded paper in our recycle bins? No, unfortunately you can't. Once the paper's shredded, imagine that shredded paper going up a conveyor belt. It's never going to make it all the way up to the conveyor belt through the end process. So don't put shredded paper in there. We try to tell people only shred what's absolutely necessary. You know, when you get something from the bank, there's really only one portion on there that needs shredded. The other 3-4 pages that come from the bank, they don't need shredded. Just put those in the recycle bin. But we are offering free shred events for banker boxes. So I don't know how much private stuff you guys need to get rid of, but that's quite a bit for free. Some of the other things that we're offering, it may not be necessary for you, but you may know somebody that it will benefit. One of the projects I'm working on is we are starting a certification for small businesses. So we want businesses in Kinsman and everywhere else to start to go green. In other words, start recycling, making better choices as far as what they're putting out product-wise for people, offering recycling alternatives or using recycled products. When they do these steps, which one of the other steps is a community cleanup, they have to help once a year, the local businesses, then we're going to recognize them as being green certified. So once you start hearing about these businesses getting green certified, we're asking the residents to support those businesses. You know, one, you're shopping local, which is probably the best thing you can do for the economy, is to shop local. Because whatever dollars you put into that business are going right back into your community. So if they're making that extra step to go green, support them. We are also offering a free school recycling program for all the school districts. So what it is we are working with Royal Oaks. We're putting recycling bins on the school facilities. The kids will learn how to recycle paper, and the school will earn $5 a ton, I believe, for the recycled paper, and that money goes directly back into the school. So it doesn't really affect anybody here, but you know, if you know somebody, just tell them to recycle, because it's helping the schools. We are offering community grants this year. This is our first year offering grants. We're offering around $25,000 to local communities. So